Hi everyone, Marianne Cowan here from Pinery Paper Crafts. Today is Tuesday, December 15th, I think. Welcome. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Ottawa, Canada, and I go live every day at 3 o'clock to share some creative inspiration, which is especially good during these times when we have to stay home. So what better place to be than in your craft studio? So today I'm going to show you a cool technique. It's really easy, and it has a name, but I don't know what the name of it is. But maybe somebody on remembers that or knows the name and they can let us know, but it doesn't really matter what the name is. It's just a really cool, simple card idea. I'm going to make the first one using Snowflake Splendor paper that is retiring, because you might have that in your stash. And then I'm going to feature the new paper, Fine Art Floral Designer Series paper, that is coming out in the mini catalog, which debuts for customers January 5th. And the new mini catalogs go for 6 months. So this one goes January to June. So it'll have all of those holidays: Mother's Day, Easter, Father's Day, spring, if it ever comes. And for January and February, it is also a celebration. Every time you spend $60 in Canada, before tax and shipping, you get to choose a free item from the celebration catalog. There's beautiful designer series papers and stamp sets and lots of goodness. And this catalog has so many beautiful things in it. So that will be coming up. If you're a demonstrator, you can pre-order products already. So that's one of the perks of being a demonstrator. Hi Phyllis. Hello Pat. So I'm going to show you the technique using the snowflake paper, and then we're going to switch over to the Fine Art Floral Designer Series paper. Alright, so I'm going to show you a few other projects in this, using this paper as well. So I've been showcasing products from the new catalog, but I'm also trying to show you techniques, because if you're a customer, you can't buy these products yet, but you can definitely add them to your wish list. So we're going to use foam adhesive sheets, and if you haven't seen these in the catalog, they are worth getting. It's like one big dimensional, and I'll show you how I've used that. We're also using the adhesive sheets. I'm laughing, it says supervise small children. I don't think they'd be able to peel them off. If they did, they'd be pretty gluey. That's funny. Maybe it's for the bag, I don't know. Anyways, these things are awesome. How many do you get? 12. You get 12 sheets in one of these packs, and they save you so much time. It's amazing. Okay, so I'll show you how we're using these two products on the first card. So we have Whisper White, regular size, 8.5 by 4 1/4. Hi Diane. And this is thick Whisper White. Then what I've done is I've taken a piece 4 by 5 1/4. I've used the layering stitched rectangle, I'm trying to remember the whole name, stitched rectangle dies, and I've selected this one. Just to give you an idea. So it's actually 4th from the biggest, 5th from the smallest. This one makes it a little too tight, so we want to use this one. What are these called? Rectangle stitched framelit dies. And I love the way they've designed these, because both sides of the cut have the stitched on them. So you just run it through your machine, and I'll show you what I mean by that, but actually doesn't matter for this card, but it's a pretty cool feature. So when you pop it out, it's got the stitching around here and the stitching around here. So we're just going to do this one just like this. My next piece, so white, designer series paper, Misty Moonlight, 2 3/4 by 4 1/4. Really, that's the only measurement you need to know for this card. All right, so this is going to get glued on here, and this is going to get glued on here. So let me try snail. Depending on the day how my adhesives work. And I'm just putting it right down the middle, although if you're going to put it towards one end, I'd put it toward the outer edge. Okay, that looks good. This stuff is really sticky, just want to say. So now the trick is going to be to get it straight because it's a little wobbly. So I'm not going to push on it yet until I know it's kind of where I want it. Good enough. All right, let's glue this one on. Did you notice my nice fancy mat that I'm using? These are specialty ones that Stampin' Up! Has. And if you're signed up for my winter stamp camp, you will get one in your package. You can put plastic sticky stuff on it to kind of preserve it as well. All right, so we have this and we have this. Now, I think they're called floating cards maybe. So what you do is you put dimensionals on the back. I don't know with this pack of dimensionals. There seems to be one little section. I bet it got warm or something. I'll stick one there. Now, when you turn it back around, you want to make sure that you line it up the same way that it was cut out. So then it looks like your snowflakes are just extending out. And I want to make sure All right, that looks pretty. I don't even think oh yeah, I did. I was going to say, I don't think I did a sentiment. Yes, I did. So I'm using the Joy dies, which are retiring. So if you like them, get them now. I forgot to look and see if they're on sale. So these are layering dies, and they have 3 layers. You can use only 2 layers. You could just use the word piece. I'm using all 3 layers because I want to show you how cool these products are. So for this one, before I ran it through my Big Shot, I cut off a piece of the adhesive sheet. I didn't want to waste it, so I cut it. It doesn't matter which side, both sides are the same. So I cut it just around. I just put this on and just cut it around, attached it, so peeled off one side so it's stuck, and then ran it through the Big Shot, and it pops out perfectly. So that's going to be our base. Then I had just done these 2 layers, but I thought maybe it needed the 3rd layer, so we'll see. So for the 3rd layer, so for this layer, before I cut it out, I put a little piece of that self-stick adhesive on the back, and then I cut it out, and now I can just peel that off and it'll stick way easier than using glue. And I did the same with this middle layer, and we'll see if I like it or if it's too much. So this one, you can kind of tell what the word says, but not really. So let's put it under and see if we're going to like it. I might want to turn my card actually. Oh yeah, I like that. But I think I'm going to turn it this way. So let's start in reverse order. So we'll peel this off. Use my little pokey tool. This is a take-a-pick tool. If you don't have one, it's a great thing for Santa to bring you. It comes with various different tips and ends that you can use. So I'm going to try to just place it before I really stick it. Okay, that's good. See how easy that is? Game changer. Especially for these tiny little ones. So let's just see if we can get it started. There we go. And once you get it started, it peels right off. You just have to be careful you don't rip it because it is fairly dainty. There we go. And you can see how that is not really enough. I think I could have gone with just the 2 layers, but I do like the look of the 3 layers. That's really pretty. Now, for this one, that's one big dimensional. So you just peel it off and stick it on. Now, I'm just going to grab my little snowflake bucket, and I might just add one maybe. I don't want a whole bunch because really this card is so pretty. I think just one. I'm just going to go with one. Put a little dimensional. And roll it a little bit because you can see it. And also it gives it a bit more height. Okay, I like that. Now I'm going to get a gem. I think these ones will be nice. There's so many, you could just use a normal rhinestone if you wanted to, but I think one of these will look perfect. This size or this size? Let's go with the big one. There. So that's our first card. Oh, I knew I was looking for more bells. Actually, for my daughter, who's a teacher, she was looking for bells. I said, I have bells. But I forgot where they were. There they are. Okay, that's our first card. Using something you have at home, probably. You can use any designer series paper. It's nicest if it's a paper that has a design so you can see it kind of going off the edge of the paper and continuing onto the top piece. So there's our first one, piece. Get all this stuff out of the way. Now our next one is using this piece of the Fine Art Floral Designer Series paper. Big, bold florals that the die cut actually fits on many of these flowers. So I'll probably at some point take one of these sheets, cut all the ones I can, and then fussy cut the little flowers in between. Another day, not today. Okay, same design. I just want to show you how it looks with different papers. So Flirty Flamingo is one of the colors. When I cut my paper, I always like to save these little bits. So we can, oh, this is the one I'm doing. Okay, I'm going to do it this way. I'll show you why. So the first card that we made, we used the same design. This is the inside. We used the same, we kept it the same design for both pieces. For one of these ones, we're going to flip it. So this is the inside. It's always fun to decorate the inside of your cards. Sometimes I stamp them. Sometimes I add the designer series paper. So here's our front. So the back of this one is very pretty. We're coordinating it with Poppy Parade. This paper coordinates with many, many colors. I like it. Okay, let's do that for this one. And then the last one we'll keep same paper on both layers. Has anyone else been playing with any new products? Anyone that has access to them? They are very fun. It's always fun to get new stuff. And then when some of the stuff is retiring and I'm sad to see it go, but then some of the other stuff is coming and I'm thinking that it's just as pretty. So we're gluing this one to the Poppy Parade. Again, the measurement was 2 3/4 by 4 1/8. You can see how it really pulls out the Poppy Parade colors. I'm going to put it on with dimensionals. Let's use up these pieces. Good. Got one more over there. So same design for all the cards. I'm just showing you how they look. Oh, you got your mini. So exciting. Now what I've done for this one, I have the same, oh I did that already. I cut a whole bunch of those. So this is from this set, Stitch So Sweetly, I think. I've used it so much I lost the label. So this is going to go here, and I did fussy cut out a couple of flower pieces that I'm going to overlay. Almost need some greenery, but I'm not going to start fooling around with that. I cut out another one. It's hard to see, but I think once we pop it up, and let me find, oh, this. Let's use some of these pieces. Okay, a bit big. It just gives it more, what's the word I'm looking for? Stability. And I do want to add some twine to this one, or some kind of ribbon. I do have that nice flirty flamingo ribbon I made. So this is going to get popped up, and this is going to get popped up. I want it to hang kind of over the edge so you can tell that it's an overlay piece. And once you get it popped up, you can tell. So I just want dimensionals here. I love these. Make your own dimensionals. I could use that little piece. Might be better actually. Which side do I want it on? So because there's a dimensional here, I only want dimensional here, I think. Is that going to be good? You don't want a dimensional on top of your dimensional. It makes it weird. Okay, that looks good. And I'm going to try to tuck this piece under here because it seems to be pushing down a little bit. Oopsie. This probably wasn't a good idea. There. Alright. So there we have this one. I'm going to grab my Ink of Stella, and this will make it pop out a little bit more as well. This paper is so pretty. Okay. Now, bow choices. And a few little gems maybe. I'm thinking this ribbon might be good. There also is the nice Mossy Meadow twine that will look nice with these flowers, but I think I'll use that maybe on the next one. This one's a little more feminine. So this is the ribbon I colored yesterday with my Stampin' Blends. So if you have Stampin' Blends, you can turn this ribbon into any color you want. So that's going to go right there. I think that'll look nice. Grab a glue dot. This paper is so beautiful, really. And that's why I like this card design, because it really shows off the paper. Now we need a couple of little gems here, I think. I'm going to use these little champagne rhinestone basic jewels. Doesn't need a lot. I don't know why I put that one there. It looks kind of lost. There. Isn't that pretty? And then with the piece inside. I love it. And as I said, you can keep these the same, but I find the papers coordinate so nicely that it's nice to pop them up. All right, one more. Keep that in case we need it. So one of the other colors that coordinates with this paper is Bumblebee. I'll save this because I didn't use it, but I will use it later. And we might use that, or we might not. So you can tell where I fussy cut out the little flowers, and then make sure that you save the big ones so that you can use the die. Even if it has a flower over top of it, that's okay because you can layer stuff up or put your bow there. The paper is just so pretty. All right, I'm going to show you all the things I thought about when I was doing this one. So we're going with Bumblebee. Same size. 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. So our first layer is same paper, same strip actually. So let's go ahead and put this on. You can see when you change the color to Bumblebee how it pulls up the yellow. And different parts of the paper have different focuses of color. And I'll show you when I was choosing. So because this one had a nice big yellow flower in the middle that I'm going to showcase, that's why I decided to go with Bumblebee. Whereas on this one, the yellow one's there, but it's all the pinks. So that's kind of how I decide how I'm going to, what color background paper I'm going to use. Then I went with Mossy Meadow, because I think it brings out the Mossy Meadow in the background paper. These are so pretty. This is such an easy design, but it makes quick and easy and pretty cards, I think. All right, now we are going to pop this up. See if I can find the section where the dimensionals are not weird. It depends too, if you're a pink girl. Some people don't like pink. I do like pink. I mean, I don't have a lot of pink clothing, but actually I do have a few things. I do like the color pink and I love florals. So I love this paper. Let's go ahead and do our inside strip. So I have again just one of these leftover strips when you cut down your paper. So what's left over at the top is 1.5 inches. So I cut it down to 3/4 of an inch. Because 1.5 inches is a lot. And if you do it at 3/4 of an inch, you get a lot more pieces. It's not quite big enough to do the back of your envelope, but it is definitely good to do these little strips inside, and it just makes it look so much prettier. So pretty. Now, for this one, we've got this yellow flower that's a focus. I'm going to Wink of Stella it because I want it to be the key feature of this card. This is like a quick Wink of Stella. And I'll show you what I thought might look good, but then I decided I didn't like it. So I thought to make that stand out, I could have cut out another one and put it on top, but I didn't want to waste the paper. So I thought, oh, why don't I cut out vellum and put it on top, and maybe that will showcase it. And when I did, I thought, no, I don't like that at all. So, good idea, and I'll save it because I can use it when I do have a cutout one and just layer it a little bit underneath. Then I thought I'm going to add a stem here so that this really does showcase one key flower. So I did Mossy Meadow on Mossy Meadow, and I thought it looked nice. Let's put this on first because it's kind of hang. The little greetings I've used are from the Little Treats stamp set for the last two cards. This is going away. Is it Little Treat boxes? I think they're going away as well. Birthday wishes for you today, and especially for you. I love these sayings. I like that stamp set. Okay, so back to this. I just wanted to put it down first so I don't put my stem here and then realize that was dumb. Now, you can see the stem here, so I might put my ribbon there or I might not worry about it. So I have the Mossy Meadow on Mossy Meadow that after I did it, I didn't really like. So then I did it on white with Mossy Meadow. But I do think the Mossy Meadow one stands out better. What do you guys think? White or Mossy Meadow? And while you're thinking, I'm going to get a bow. And for this one, I think I'm going to use this bow, this twine braided linen thread. Let's try that and see. Or we could go back to our Flirty Flamingo. Okay, Pat says white. Here's the white one. The white one hides it a little more, I'll say. Is that the right way to say it? White, white. Okay. 2 votes for white. White it is. So I'm going to put blue dots on the back. Do I want it? No, I don't want it popped up because this isn't popped up, so that might look dumb. So I'm going to twirl the first one to make it long and skinny so it fits in there. And then I'll just put regular ones on here. And I'm not going to worry about the bottom. And then we'll have to decide where the bow's going to go. So I'm putting it right up. I didn't do a very good job die cutting this. I didn't have it exactly lined up. That's okay. It's just paper. I do want it a little bit on the greeting. And I did the greeting in Mossy Meadow, so it all kind of ties together. So bow choices. I don't think the Flirty Flamingo because we're not focusing on a Flirty Flamingo. This one is kind of in the pinks, this one's more yellow. So I was thinking of putting the bow right here to kind of hide that. Or we could put it here because you don't really notice that. I kind of like it here though. Or we could put it here. Alright, bow there or here. Up or down. Just wait to see what you say. And meanwhile, I'm going to add a few little gems. I'm just going to close my office door because I hear my husband coming home. Even though he knows that I do Facebook Live every day at 3, he'll come home and go, "Hi, I'm home." All right, that's good for gems. And I'll show you the ones we made yesterday. So this week we're focusing on the Fine Art Floral Suite. Fine Art Floral Suite. Could put it a little bit lower. I do want a bow though. Maybe I want a white bow. Because the card is pretty feminine. Let's see if that's going to work. I love, love, love this ribbon. I just ordered 3 more spools. Okay, now we're going to have to decide which ribbon. I do like that one actually. You can see where I cut it off, where I finished the Flirty Flamingo coloring yesterday. Sometimes I do it just by card, but yesterday I decided to do a whole bunch of it. So there's the braided linen thread, and here is the white, whatever it's called. What is it called? Crinkled seam binding ribbon. This stuff is so great. And I just got my box with a bunch of blends that I had ordered in the sale. And I have all the colors, but some of them were a little worn from classes. Okay, so white or braided linen thread. Definitely the braided linen thread shows up more. Linen up. Okay, I see. Alright, linen up. I like either one of them, so it doesn't really matter. Alright, so these are our cards for today. I'm going to take these out so you can see them better. We started out with the Snowflake Splendor paper, just because you probably have that in your stash. And I wanted to show you the card, really the design that you can use with any kind of paper. So, and we also use the adhesive sheets and the foam adhesive sheets, as well as the adhesive sheets. So we used the foam one here, and how much quicker was that? And then the adhesive sheets on these next two layers. Makes it so quick and easy. Then we did our Flirty Flamingo, and we did the reverse. So we flipped the paper over for the top and the reverse for the bottom. Our paper is so beautiful. And then for this one, we kept the same design, facing up both ways, and I think this looks good. Yeah, I like it. So those are our ones from today. Just leave them for a second so that I can get my Facebook picture. And then I'll review the ones we did yesterday. So yesterday we played with this really amazing, that I can't find right now. This acetate overlay that you can order to go over one of the pieces of paper in the Designer Series paper pack. And I showed you all the different ways to make the most out of it so that you can get 4 cards from one strip. It's so beautiful. Oh my gosh. So this was the first one we did. So this is the little 1.5 inch piece that's at the top. And we use those gold envelopes and gold cards and envelopes, which are retiring. They're really, really pretty. Simple, simple. And then we use the framelits from the Little Wishes, I think. It's in the annual catalog. And we used it on all 3 of them. Then we did this one. So that is actually 5 by 3 3/4 inch piece. So we just trimmed it down a little bit. And we put vellum underneath just so you could see the letters more. And then again, that colored ribbon. And then we did this one with the artistic texture embossing folder that's part of the suite. And we cut this piece in half. So I actually have one more piece somewhere. One more piece this size that I can make another card with. So from one strip, you can make 4 cards. Because you want to be very strategic how you use these acetates so that you're not wasting it. And also, they're so well designed that they actually have a film on the back that you peel off before you use it so that it doesn't have any fingerprints or anything. All right, so those are the cards that we've made so far with the Floral Suite, Fine Floral Suite, that's coming out January 5th. And if you're a demo, then you can order it now. And I like to show you the versatility of the suites because you might think, why do I want to spend that much money on the products? But you can see here how you can make so many beautiful cards with this paper. And the acetate is so, so pretty. So these are the ones we made today with this. I'll have to find the name of it. I couldn't find it. Anyways, really easy technique where you just cut this out of the bottom piece, layer it up, and it looks like, well, this one's a good example. See how it looks like the flower is extending out from your card, from the top layer to the bottom layer, which it is because that's where you cut the piece out of. But it's kind of cool. I remember the first time I saw a card like that, I thought, how did they do that? And once you make one, they're super simple. All right, thanks for joining me today. I will be back tomorrow, Wednesday, for some more crafty fun. I do appreciate it if you like or share my videos so that I can be seen by more people. And yeah. All right, we're going to continue working with this same suite tomorrow. I showed you the other day it had these gilded leafing things, which we're going to use one day this week. Tomorrow, or I don't know, one day this week, because they're really, really cool. All right. Thanks for joining me. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon. It's a beautiful sunny day here in Ottawa, although it's a bit chilly. It's -20 with the wind chill. So on my dog walk this morning, it's in the woods, so it's really so beautiful. And it's not as windy in the woods. And if you're bundled up, it's glorious. So enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for joining me.